I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again. Grab a hold of me and throw me in the deep end. Show me the flame that burns inside of me, and I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again, and I'll face myself with honesty, erase myself and start again. Yeah, yeah.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Oh. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear. And if I heard you, which I don't, you've spoken for, I fear. And everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, and I don't need something new. I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown. Into the unknown, into the unknown. What do you want? 'Cause you've been keeping me awake. Are you here to distract me so I make a big mistake? Or are you someone out there who's a little bit like me? Who knows deep down I'm not where I'm meant to be? Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know there's part of me that longs to go into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. Whoa, are you out there? Do you know me? Can you feel me? Can you show me? Whoa. Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you into the unknown? Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane here, and this is live stream number 176. And it is game night and music. Game night and music. Sorry, I just unplugged myself. So, but we're going to have some friendly competition and going to play a few songs for you. Hopefully that doesn't fall on me. Let's catch up with the chat. If you're just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And we are going to get things going in just a moment here. All right, let's see if we've got anybody in the chat, because it was a little bit of a ghost town when I first got started. We got Jack. Hey, Jack, hope you're doing well. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me know how your week's been going, and let me know if there's anything fun or eventful coming up that you're looking forward to. If you've seen any good movies lately, let me know. For me, it's been a good week so far. You might have seen earlier, I'll even post a link for it, but earlier this week I did release the stripped-down version of a mirror that was broken. So I wasn't able to shoot a video for it, but I still got the song produced, and I wanted to release it in some capacity. So I've got a video put out that can be checked out if you want to hear that, and it's also available on Spotify and other streaming platforms. You can even download it if you'd like to from my Bandcamp. But there we go. It's the stripped-down version, so just acoustic and vocals for a mirror that was broken. That was released earlier this week, and then let's see, there's been a few other things happening. Kind of some exciting stuff, but it's stuff that's sort of still in development. So it might be a little too soon to talk about it. But I have been working on my next song. Some of you have heard me talk about it. I've got a new song in the works called Farewell to Fear. I was really hoping I could perform the song for you all today, but I'm still getting over some cold stuff. I'm definitely much better, not quite as much congestion, but my throat just isn't all the way there. I'm even wondering how I'm going to perform tonight. Like, I'm going to be trying, but sometimes some of the songs can be a bit challenging to sing, and so we'll see how I perform tonight. But my voice isn't quite 100% back, and this new song, Farewell to Fear, is a little bit challenging to sing. I'm not going to lie. It's one that's kind of pushing me in my vocal abilities. I'm certain I can do it, but it's definitely not an easy song. So I felt I wasn't going to be able to give a very good performance of it if I tried it tonight. So I'm kind of sticking with some of the tried and true, kind of the easier ones tonight. And maybe next week, we'll see. Maybe next week I'll be able to play it all for you. I'm really excited to share it with you all. It's just this darn cold, They never come at convenient times, We got Silas in the chat. Hey, Silas, good to see you. Let me know how your week's been. Let me know how your music is coming along, things with the band, if there's anything else exciting. I know for a lot of people, it's summer for them. They're out for summer, so I don't know if you are in summer break right now or anything like that, but let me know what's going on with you, if there's anything new or eventful or exciting happening. Let's see here. I know there's a few things going on, but I'll talk a little bit about what we're going to do tonight again. And thank you. Yes, Silas saying, I hope you feel all the way better. I'm not 100% back yet, so still on the mend, but I'm definitely getting better. Like, I'm much better than I was, but still having to recover a little bit. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. I don't know that we're going to get the competition started just yet, because we're kind of still waiting for a few people to show up. But for those who are here, we can go ahead and get your names in on the competition. This is the tier list game. Some of you have played this before. Some of you have even won this before. But let me get your names in here. We've got Jack in the chat, so let's get you in the game. There's your name right there. And then we've got Silas as well, so we'll get his name pulled up. And usually, I was in a little bit of a rush to get things set up today, but usually I'll have all the names picked out. And I kind of take a guess and kind of grab the regulars, the ones who tend to show up to most streams. So I might even grab a few of those names in just a bit here. Let's see. Hey, we got Becky. Hey, Becky. Hope you're doing well. Let me know how your week has been. Anything fun or eventful happened lately? Or is there anything coming up that you're excited about? Let me know how you've been doing. Silas asking, question, are you working on a song? Wait, are you working on a song you might poison? You might have typed that a little weird. I don't know if
if the song I'm working on is Poison, if that's the song. So I'm usually really, you can only do one thing at a time. So I focus on one song at a time. Sometimes what I would like to do is I'd like to do a little bit more songwriting. So as I'm producing one song, it'd be nice to chip away at the songwriting for other songs. So that could be a possibility that I could be producing one song and then putting time into Poison. But as of right now, that's not what happened. Sorry, might call Poison. Question, are you working on a song you might call Poison? I was. That's not what I'm currently working on. Right now I'm working on a song called Farewell to Fear, and it's a Finnish song. It hasn't been produced yet, so I haven't released it. But I actually have a backing track. Like, I could play it for you all, but my voice isn't quite back yet, and it's a challenging song to sing, so I'm not quite ready to perform it for you all yet. I wish I could, but still getting over this sickness. And let's see here. So that's the next song to come out, Farewell to Fear. And Poison, honestly, is probably going to be the last song I release this year. There's other songs that I'm planning to release before that one, but that is one in the works. That is one that I will be chipping away at. Jack was saying, yesterday I was sick, didn't get a lot of sleep. Would like to see the new Final Destination Bloodlines tomorrow. I think I'd heard, for anyone who's fans of the Final Destination movies, I think I'd heard that it is, it's consistent with the rest of the franchise. So I think it's a pretty good movie from what I've heard. But I haven't, I'm, they're fine. I'm not particularly a fan of the Final Destination. Not even that I dislike them, just haven't really had any interest in the films. I think I saw the first one, but had no interest in seeing any of the sequels or anything. But if you do get to see it, you'll have to let me know what you think of it. I'm glad that the dark season's kind of passing and things are on the up and up for you. Definitely continuing to pray for you, Jack. Becky was saying, Quincy, I hope you're feeling better. Last week's stream was so good, even though you were unwell. Well, thank you. I'm glad you were still able to enjoy it. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. Not nearly as congested as I was. There's still just a little bit of like tickly stuff in my throat. It's not, I was, not to get too detailed here, but I was like coughing stuff up. I had some phlegm back there. Thankfully not doing that as much, but there's still just a little bit of like a sensation back there. And so I got to be a little easy with my singing. When I'm doing acoustic, it's a little more passable. When I bring out the electric and I'm doing the heavier stuff, I got to be a little more delicate with my voice. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sing with quite as much grit or rasp as I usually do. I think I'm still going to try a few harsh spots because harsh vocals are kind of weird. If you do them properly, they sound harsher than they actually are. Sometimes harsh vocals are actually easier to do. Like just regular singing, that can be more straining on your voice than doing like a really low growl or a high-pitched scream or something like that, even though it might not seem that way. So we'll see. I'll just kind of have to feel it out. But I think I'm well enough to do a few tried and true songs. Let's see here, catching up. Can't wait to hear it. Well, I'm glad you're looking forward to it, Silas. And thank you, Jack, wishing me to feel better soon. I've only seen the first 5 movies. How many movies are there? This new one, I thought this is the 6th one, right? So it sounds like, Becky, maybe you've seen all of them. We'll see. Silas is on the same page as me. I'm hoping to see Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Yeah, I'm planning to go see that Sunday evening. That's the day I picked out to go see that one. I love the Mission Impossible franchise, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting out and seeing that one. Well, I think we've got enough people to at least get some competition started. We'll get the game going, and then I'll play another song for you all in a bit. Let me bring up our tier list here, if it's not already up. It is up. Okay. We got Jack, we got Silas, and Becky. Let me get you in on the competition here. So, little reminder for how this game works. So we've got a tier list that just from low to high, it goes from F all the way up to S. S is the top ranking. Again, I don't know why it is that. You'd think A would be. S stands for like superior, or something like that. So that's why S is at the very top. So it's not necessarily the alphabet. But either way, everyone starts on F tier. And you're working your way up. First person to get to S tier wins the game. And it's going to be you advance in rankings through a series of questions and challenges. And each time you get them, you advance. However, as you advance, certain perks will be unlocked for people who are behind to give them a chance to catch up. So it kind of keeps the competition. You got to stay on your toes, you know. Even if you've got a lead, there are things, you know, anyone can come back. Somebody can come in last minute and still join. So even if we get the game going, people can still join in as we're playing the game and still have a chance at making a comeback and taking the win. So that's essentially the game. Let me see if there's anything else you guys should know about it. So for example, when somebody makes it to C tier, that's going to unlock a perk so that anyone below C tier will get 2 points for their next win. Meaning if you're in D tier, you can actually skip C tier and go up to B. If you're in F tier, you'll be able to match C tier, so you can be caught up. As soon as somebody reaches A tier, that unlocks a perk where everyone underneath, their next wins will get 2 points. So again, if you're in A, you could still be beat by somebody who's in B tier because they only have to answer one question to get to S tier. So another thing, Google is allowed. Again, the game wouldn't be any fun if I asked a question and nobody knew the answer. It wouldn't be fun to just like shoot in the dark. It depends on the question, but Google is permitted. I do allow it. Sometimes I'll request that you don't use it. Usually for the riddles, I think it's more fun if you take time to kind of think about them. Again, there's a little bit of a trust, you know, honesty policy there. But for the most part, Google is permitted. And this used to be an issue. I'm going to choose the first answer that I see in the chat. And I didn't realize that I have this option here. I can select either top chat or live chat. And by default, it's usually set on top chat. But I think live chat is more accurate, you know. I guess it just sends it right when it sends it, you know. So I do live chat. But so it shouldn't be a problem anymore. But just to be clear, whatever I see first, you know, the answer I see first on the screen, that's the person I'm going to give the point to. If for some reason you see somebody else's answer first, or if even your answer is first, but I see that somebody else's is ahead on yours, that's, you know, just to keep things simple, I'm just going to go with what I see in the chat. All right, let's see here. Jack was saying... Tony Todd was dying. Saw the clip of his last scene in the movie. It's powerful. It's as if he's talking to the audience. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if you mean, I have to look up, were you talking about the Mission Impossible movie, or were you talking about the Final Destination film? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so for Final Destination, interesting. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Let's see here. Becky was saying, I heard there's been hurricanes in Virginia. Are you and your family safe? I think you are right, but I'm in an area where we haven't been affected. The hurricanes haven't been an issue at all. But I've heard some news of areas that have dealt with hurricanes. I think our family was actually scheduled to go somewhere. I can't remember the exact location, but we were going to go away for a family vacation. And they're still dealing. Then the hurricanes came, and there's some damage that they're still dealing with. So we've had to cancel those plans and reassess how we're going to handle that. But yeah, definitely keep, you know, anyone who is a victim of that situation, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Let's see here. Silas was saying, I'm finishing up my song off the band's Color album. This one, I recently changed the title to A Void Full of Yellow. Interesting. Yeah, it's neat how you kind of start with one place, and then as you work on a song, it might sort of change form. So that's really cool. Definitely looking forward to hearing that when you release it. Tony Todd's last words are encouraging people to enjoy every second of their lives because you never know when your time is up. That's pretty good advice. And yeah, that's actually kind of sweet if, you know, if he was, you know, passing in real life and he took an opportunity to sort of share kind of some advice, you know, for those who are still living. So that's some good advice. We've kind of talked about that fairly recently, the whole memento mori thing of just not taking any day for granted. Any day that you're awake and you can get up and move around, that's an opportunity. It's a gift. So, you know, don't take it lightly. Definitely find something to be thankful for and find something to work towards. And life is full of opportunities, so don't let it go to waste. Yeah, at least Indy's not here yet, so we all might have a fighting chance. Yeah, Indy has done pretty well. Yeah, don't jinx it. Yes, I was saying. Yeah. Now I really want to watch that movie. Yeah, to be honest, that one little thing kind of makes that movie have a little more weight to it, makes it a little more interesting. So, yeah, so thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I'm in Charlottesville, Virginia, or in that area. I don't live specifically in Charlottesville, but I live outside of Charlottesville. Yep, some hurricane stuff. I see. He ad-libbed it, and he has since passed on. Yeah, he passed in November. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to look in that myself. Yeah, IMDb, that's the place I go when I want to like learn more about movies and get all the ins and outs of who was in it, who made it, what went into making it. IMDb is where I go. All right, we're going to get some friendly competition going. Let's go ahead. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or just say I'm ready or let's go. Let me know that you are ready, and we will dive into the first question. Also, a courtesy reminder, make sure you are live with the stream. If you're not caught up with the stream, if you're behind by a little bit, you will be at a disadvantage. So do click that live button or skip ahead to make sure that you are currently live with the stream and you're not coming in and slightly behind the live stream. Let's see here. All right. Yep. Looks like some people are ready. Yep. Becky's ready. Silas is ready. Tom Cruise said he wants to be the first person to be in an action film when he's 100. I did hear him say he was going to keep making movies into his hundreds. And, that's pretty much what my attitude would be. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about music. I actually have a goal. I think I've shared this like once before. It's not like a serious, what's the word? It's not like a definite, like, I have to achieve this goal, but I have, like, kind of a sort of side mission goal to make it to 100. I think we joked about this once, like, what happens if I live to be 101 and then I got to round up to 105 or something like that, but I think 100 would be a nice number to make it to. It'd be nice to make it to 100, and then it's like, all right, I'm good, you know? It's like, now I'm ready to move on, but I would have that same kind of mentality, you know, making movies or making music. I mean, it's just... you can tell, like, when you hear him in interviews, it's definitely, like, what he's made for. It's what he's passionate about. So it makes sense. It's like, it's what he does, you know. It's like a big part of what he lives for. So why would you ever retire from that? I would probably be the same way, just making movies or making music until I'm completely incapable of being able to do it. So going to go as long as I can. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't remember that he was in The Crow. That's interesting. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, looks like everyone's good. Tom can probably do it. Yeah, he's very, very ambitious and very much, yeah. He doesn't even seem much older than he was in the first Mission Impossible. He's definitely taken care of himself and aged very gracefully. That just goes to show, you know, definitely a good reason to just kind of stay active, eat healthy, and you can, you know, the way he's performing, he's in his 60s now, and yeah, he does a great job, you know, with all the physicality that the action scenes demand and stuff. So that's what I aspire to be. You know, I appreciate, you know, he's probably my favorite actor and filmmaker. And so I definitely, you know, people like him inspire me, like in my physical fitness and in my passions and pursuits. Like I want to put everything into it, and I want to be able to go that long. You know, I still want to be moving that way when I'm up in that age. So awesome. All right. Here we go. We're going to get this competition going. We are going to start with a question. Now, this one, you're just going to have to guess. You're not going to be able to Google this because it's, well, I don't think it's on Google. Maybe it is. But this is a personal question, so this is about me. But it should be pretty easy to guess. But pretty much just type your guess, and you're allowed to type as many guesses as you want. First person to guess the correct answer, I will give the point to them. Some of you maybe you know it by memory. I don't know if any of you know this or not, but... Here we go. What is my birthday month? If somebody can name my birthday month. That's what we're looking for. So you got 12 possible guesses. 12 possible answers. Which month is my birthday month? Becky got it. October. I don't know if you just knew that or if that was just your first guess or if you recently saw that somewhere. But that is correct. My birthday is in October. There we go. Out of curiosity, what is everybody else's birthday? Becky, what is your birthday? Jack, Silas. Jack, I feel like, did you have one recently or like a couple months ago or something? Can't remember. Or maybe somebody did. I'm not sure. But, yeah, everyone let me know. What is your birthday? I'd be curious. But, yes, October is mine. Silas is guessing August, and You mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Okay, I probably mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Well, good memory on you for remembering that. And then it looks like Becky is August 3rd. Okay, cool, cool. Silas's sister's birthday is in October, but his is in November. What about you, Jack? What's your birthday month? Yeah, mine is October 19th. So I'm actually kind of surprised you remember that, but yep, my birth month is in March. Yeah, okay. I thought yours was fairly recent. So okay, cool, cool. All right, moving on to the next question. Here we go. So Becky off to a good start, but you know, things are just getting going. I'm going to name a quote from a movie. Okay, first person to name the title of the movie will get the answer. All right, here we go. What movie is this from? Why so serious? All right, can anyone say that? He would ask me, why so serious? First person to name. Yeah, there we go, Becky. I have a good memory. That's a good thing. Definitely keep exercising that. That's a good thing to have. It's a helpful thing to have. Very useful to be able to just memorize things very, very easily. The Dark Knight. Way to go, Silas. And Becky, you're right. It is the Joker who says it, but we were looking for the title of the movie, which is The Dark Knight. So that point is going to go to Silas. But that's right. And yep, and just the Dark Knight. Yep, not The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, close. Yeah, you had the right idea. You had the right character, but just we were looking for the movie title. So, awesome job. All right, moving on to the next question. Everyone give me a thumbs up if you're ready for the next question. Say, I'm ready, let's go. Just let me know that you're ready. If anyone's just tuning in, it's never too late to jump in on the competition. So, yeah, and Silas going even further, naming the actor. It was Heath Ledger's Joker, to be specific. Have any of you seen that, people can do crazy things with AI. Have you seen somebody took scenes from the Joker and used AI to take the makeup off and just put Heath Ledger's face on it so you could see him, what it would look like for him to perform without having the makeup on? It's kind of interesting. So if you're curious to see that, look it up. All right, everyone is ready. All right, here we go. Next one. Multiple answers are possible. I'm looking for a song title. Well, not a song title. Well, yes, a song title, but a song title from a certain artist. I'm going to name an artist. First person to name any song from that artist will get the point. Here we go. First person to name a song from Flyleaf. So any Flyleaf song is possible. Yeah, Becky commenting. Yeah, Silas saying, "Oh, cool." Becky saying, "That's creepy." Yeah, it is kind of creepy that you can do that with AI, and especially that particular character. Obviously the Joker is such a just an oddball of a character. He's a fun one to watch. He's such a good villain, but obviously kind of creepy by design. Really close. You were back to back, but we've got Becky first with Tiny Heart. That's a good song, and I kudos to pulling out like a less common one. Usually if someone's going to answer, they're going to name like the music video ones or the ones that played on the radio. They're going to name All Around Me, or they're going to name I'm So Sick or Fully Alive. So Tiny Heart, that's a great song. So you got extra like kudos points from me for naming a lesser known song. That's a good one. I'm not sure that was true. There are rumors because obviously Heath passed shortly after like the movie came out and stuff. But keep in mind that movies, when they're produced, they're shot well in advance. There's still much to be done before the movie is released. And so he was actually, that wasn't even his last movie. He did one more. He was in the process of filming another movie. What was it called? He wasn't able to finish it because of his death. Heath Ledger's, I can kind of see it. It's like what is it? Like the Magic World or the Pompous World or something? Heath Ledger's last movie. Gonna Google it real quick. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus or something like that. Yeah. So he was in the middle of shooting that, and he was unable to finish it because of his passing. And some other actors came in that kind of shifted the story to where the character would sort of change appearance or something, like in different scenes. It was kind of already sort of a fantasy movie, so it kind of worked with it. But according to like the director Christopher Nolan and others, they said Heath had a blast on the movie. You know, so I think it's kind of just rumors. It's rumors of the Joker being such a dark and twisted character that they were saying it really messed up Heath. But according to people that worked with him on the movie, they were saying he had a blast doing the movie. That it was a really good shoot and just a positive, fun atmosphere. So. Didn't Jack Nicholson say playing the Joker messes people up? If he did, I hadn't heard, but to me that kind of sounds like rumors. You know, that sounds like something like kind of urban legend that people would kind of make up. Because if you ask any actor, like a character like Joker sounds like a character that any actor would love to play. Like that's what actors enjoy is acting. They like being those kind of eccentric characters, and the Joker is just such a great character by design anyway. So, I think anyone would kind of leap at the opportunity to play that. So, now maybe he made that comment. I'm not saying he didn't make that comment, but a lot of that stuff kind of sounds like urban legend a little bit. It sounds like something that people would say. And it kind of creates like intrigue around the character and around any movie involving the character. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that. Oh wow, that movie has a good cast. Yeah, if you're talking about the movie I just mentioned, and part of the reason, like I think Johnny Depp is in it as well, and some other actors. It was kind of out of honor because after Heath passed, that was like the last project he was working on, and he was unable to finish it, and they wanted to release it so that they could still showcase his last performance, his last project he was a part of. And so other actors sort of contributed so that they could have the movie finished. Silas said, I went to a live show where we watched Batman 1989, and they had a live orchestra playing the music. That's a pretty cool event. Yeah, you'll have to tell me more about that at some point. All right. Next question. Let's do. We're going to do one more question, and then we'll take a little intermission, and I will play another song for all of you. This one, you all get a chance to answer, okay? I'm going to pick my favorite answer. I'm going to request that you submit one answer. So, you can take a little bit of time and think about it. Try not to take too long. But please submit one answer, and I'm going to look at all of your answers, and I'm going to pick my favorite one, okay? If I was an MMA fighter, what would my entrance song be? So if I were a martial artist, a mixed martial artist, and I were competing in a match, and I were to come out and they were saying, "Here comes Quincy Kane," and they were playing music over the speakers, for my entrance as I'm entering to get ready for the match, what would be my entrance song? So whichever answer I like best will be the one who gets the point and advances. So everyone has a chance to submit an answer. In fact, even if you're just joining us, you've got a chance. You can still answer. That's a good pick. Silas coming out hot with My Curse. That'd be a good one. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Eye of the Tiger, that's a classic. I wonder if anyone has actually had that as their theme. Gangnam Style, that's out of left field. I respect that. I respect that answer. Yeah, Oppa Gangnam Style. Yeah. Now I got to go listen to that song. I haven't heard that song since it blew up like 10 years ago or whenever it came out. So, but I remember the dance going viral. I remember going on a cruise with my family, and we were having dinner. And sometimes during dinner, they would, they would do performances like the servers, the waiters and stuff. They'd play music and they'd do like coordinated dances and that kind of thing, and they'd get the guests involved. And they played Gangnam Style, and I was able to get up with the servers and do the dances and stuff. And so we all kind of had some fun and had some good laughs about that. So I got to say, I respect that answer, but I'm going to go with Silas. Silas, that's a good answer. My Curse, it's got the drive to it. It's got the emotion behind it. Oh, and actually, Silas, you get to advance to B tier because Becky made it to C tier, so that unlocks a perk. where everyone's questions are worth 2. So Silas, you actually get to advance to B tier. So yeah, I think out of those, I'd have to go My Curse, but I respect the choices there. I was gonna guess Eye of the Tiger, but Jack typed first. So well, great minds think alike. You know, y'all had the right mindset. So I like all those answers. Those were all good answers. All right. We're going to take a brief intermission. I'm going to play another song for all of you, and then we'll get back to it. So we got a good competition happening here. Silas has taken the lead in B tier, but Becky's not far behind in C. And even Jack, if you get the next, your next point will bump you up to C tier, so you're certainly not out of the race at all. You have a chance to catch back up. Let me go ahead and play another song for all of you, and then we'll move on. This song is one that I released a little while back. Let me get my backing track set up. All right. And let me widen the screen. Sometimes when I do these games, I forget to get rid of the screen. I need to make it, bigger so it's full, so I'm not just in this little box when I'm performing. So, all right, here we go. Hope you like it. This one's called Say That It's Over.
Smiles accepted that it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. You're hiding, I know it. Tell me what's on your mind. I only wish to help. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your face shows no reaction when I call out your name. Your presence like a ghost. You seem so far away, and you know that I love you, but the words seem to have died. I just want this to end. Please let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your eyes, just look at me when I look at you, because you must realize you're barely holding on and I'm holding tight. Would you just please try? Don't give in, you have to fight. Why won't you hear my cry? I don't wanna say goodbye. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. just wanna help you. Please won't you let me back inside? Thank you. Again, that one was called Say That It's Over. Hope you enjoyed that. That song is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. You should be able to find it there. All right, for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And it is game night. We've got some friendly competition happening here, and we're going to jump right back into the action. Let me catch up with the chat, and then we will continue on with our competition here. Let's see here. Where is... There we go. There's the chat. All right. Catching up. And, yep, that's right. Yep, Silas knows I like Killswitch Engage, so naming a Killswitch song is probably a good strategy. And, yep, good answers from everyone. Awesome stuff. Love this song. Thank you, Becky. Glad you enjoy it. Yep, Silas likes it as well. A great reminder to let others help you. Yep. And then our highlighted lyric from Becky, don't drift your eyes, just look at me when I look at you. And yep, exactly. Sometimes just that desperation of just wanting to help someone, and sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge. And what I would say, you might be on either side of that. Maybe you're the person trying to help a friend, or maybe you're the person who is trying to be helped, the person who needs help from a friend, and maybe you're having a hard time letting them help you. I would say two things. I'd say if you're the friend, I can speak from personal experience, if you are the friend who is, trying to help somebody, if you're trying to help your friend, I'd say just be mindful that sometimes people, when they're dealing with something, they do need their space. It's a balancing act. You want to be delicate with it. You want to give them their space, but you want them to understand, like, hey, I'm here. If you need me, when you need me, I'm here. If you need some time, that's fine. But just be willing to help. I know sometimes it's hard, but just remind them that you're there, that you care, but try not to be too intrusive. Try not to push yourself too much into the situation. And then if you're on the other end of the spectrum, if you're somebody who is in a tough place and you've got a friend that's reaching out and trying to help you, and you kind of want to be alone, I'd say just try to communicate with them. Just try to let them know, like, that you appreciate that they care, and just let them know that, hey, I just need a little bit of time to just kind of ponder things and think things out. But I'll let you know when I need that help, and just kind of recognize, just be thankful for that. Be thankful that, if you've got a friend reaching out who's trying to help you, just, recognize that that's a blessing, and, don't keep them hanging too much, because, they really care. So at least give them a little bit of reassurance. So, let's see here. Becky was saying, I actually had a horrible feeling earlier that Quincy's cold would get worse and he'd lose his voice. Glad I was wrong. Thankfully, yeah, I think my voice is coming back, actually. I think I'm getting better at singing. It's definitely not 100%. I'm trying to go a little bit easier tonight, but it's coming back. It's on the up and up. So, all right. And then Becky's saying, I don't think I've ever seen or ever even heard a Killswitch Engage song. Well, definitely look them up. You might like them. It's metalcore, so it's a little bit heavier than like Breaking Benjamin or Flyleaf, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's drastically heavier. It's definitely more metal than rock. But if you've heard my songs, if you've heard songs from me like For You, A Place to Call Home, and I'm trying to think what's like another good one. Maybe Plastic Cup. I'm trying to think. Definitely For You and A Place to Call Home. Those are very much like Killswitch Engage inspired, So if you like those songs, Killswitch Engage is very much in that same ballpark. Even the song that Silas mentioned, I think that's a good gateway song, like introductory song to Killswitch Engage. My Curse is a good one. What I like about them, a lot of times their verses, they're very heavy, like really good riffs, very aggressive, but they have a lot of melody, and their choruses are usually very catchy
and really beautiful, like really great melodies in the choruses. And a lot of times the themes in their songs, they actually sing a lot of songs about perseverance and about, you know, holding on and fighting through and that kind of thing. So they're a very they're a very good band to listen to. They're both good musicians, songwriters, and just like good themes in the kind of lyrics that they write. If you want a real tearjerker of a song, definitely check out their song Always. It's very heavy and powerful, but it's a very just kind of heartbreaking song also. That's a good one. Trying to think what some other favorites of mine are. I mean, I don't know. Their whole album, they had an album called As Daylight Dies, and that's probably my favorite album by them. Also, just so you know, they've had two different vocalists. When they started, they had a vocalist named Jesse Leach, really good vocalist, but there was a certain time he was dealing with some stuff and he left the band, and he was replaced by a vocalist named Howard Jones. Now, Howard Jones is the vocalist that I came in when I first discovered the band, so Howard was their lead singer. And Howard is a phenomenal vocalist. He was the vocalist on As Daylight Dies. He's the guy who sings My Curse, does a great job. But he was with the band for a few years, and then eventually he left, and Jesse actually came back. So I'm kind of glad that if anyone, like I really like Howard, but if anyone had to replace Howard, I'm glad it was the first vocalist, like the original vocalist of the band. And now Jesse is currently is the current vocalist for the band. He's been with them for several years now. And I like both of them, you know. Sometimes whenever there's different vocalists, sometimes people have a war like, you know, oh, so-and-so's better or so-and-so. They both have their different like strengths and weaknesses, but I like them both. They're both phenomenal vocalists and good lyricists as well. So yeah, check them out. You might like them, you know. Listen to a few of their songs. Maybe I'll mention a few more titles if you want my suggestions of what to check out. James 5:16, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another so that you may be healed. Yep, it's helpful to lean on friends and to carry one another. Breaking Benjamin has some heavier songs like Sugarcoat and Had Enough. Yeah, Breaking Benjamin, you know, they can. That's what I like about those kind of artists. That's kind of the type of artist I want to be. Like I want that wide range where you can be very soft and tender, but then you can hit pretty hard and have some heavy tracks too, you know. So we'll see. So yeah, Becky, try them out, and you'll have to let me know what you think. You know, maybe they'll be your cup of tea, maybe not quite, you know. But either way's fine. You know, if they're not quite for you, no worries. But if you do like them, well, then you're welcome. You know, so there we go. It's always fun to discover new artists and new music. So, all right, let's get back to our competition. If anyone's just tuning in, it's not too late to be a part of the competition. Courtesy reminder, make sure you are caught up with the stream. If you are behind, you're going to be at a disadvantage. So please make sure that you are watching live. You are live with the stream. So far, we've got Silas in the lead and B tier. Becky is not far behind in C tier. And Jack, if he gets a question answered, he'll actually get to advance to C tier. So he's definitely still in the rankings as well. Everybody give me a thumbs up or just say, I'm ready. Let's go. Ooh, look, we've got one of our champions reigning back. Indy, good to have you in the chat. I hope you've had a good week. Let me know how your week has been, anything fun or eventful. But you were mentioned earlier. People were saying, I hope... I don't know how they phrased it, but they were saying, I hope Indy doesn't show up too soon so that we have a fighting chance. You know, basically people were expressing their intimidation from your competitiveness, because Indy is definitely a contender when it comes to this game. But good to see you. So everyone, definitely time to bring your A game, because we've got Indy in the competition now. And Indy, you're in a good ranking. You know, just coming in. So. Right now, we've got Silas in the lead, and at B tier, we've got Becky at C tier, and so you and Jack are both in F tier. But there's a perk. You know, your next answer is going to be worth 2 points, so you're going to get to skip D tier and go right to C tier. So you're definitely in the competition. So. yeah, Indy, having a good laugh over that. Yep, you're a bit intimidating when it comes to this, but good to have you. Definitely ready for some fun, ready competition. Yeah, Becky. Oh no, Indy's gonna win. Yep, yep. And Jack saying, sorry for my silence. Just had an accident in my kitchen. Are you all right? Was it like a serious accident or just like a small little, mess that needed to be cleaned up? But I hope you're all right, Jack. Let me know that you're okay, and we'll get going with this in just a bit here. Yeah, yep. Let's just make sure Jack's okay real quick, and then we'll continue with the competition. Yep, just drop some rice. Okay, yeah, I was hoping it was that kind of accident. Nothing too serious. All right, everyone give me a thumbs up or I'm ready, let's go, something. Let me know that you are ready, and we will continue with the competition. What we've got next is a little bit of trivia. So, if you can guess the answer, great, but Google is permitted. So if you need to Google the answer to this question, you're certainly welcome to. And again, I always say that even if you Google the answer, Google's not going to be as fast as somebody who already knows the answer right away. So Google is permitted. Yep, just a mess that needed to be clean. All right, we got a thumbs up from Indy. Indy's ready to go. The rest of you, I know you're intimidated, but let me know. But you can do it. Let me know you're ready. Yeah, let's make sure everyone's ready, and then we'll hop right into it. Again, courtesy reminder, just make sure you are caught up with the stream. Make sure you are live. Yep, me too. Glad it's just rice. Yep. All right. Got a thumbs up from Jack. Yep. Becky, Silas, are you two ready to continue? Yep, Becky's ready. All right, well, let's get it going. Here we go. Here is the question. What future Nickelodeon star portrays the character Summer Hathaway in the 2003 movie School of Rock? So that's a long way to say we're looking for the name of an actress. Okay, she's known for being a star on Nickelodeon, if you know the Nickelodeon channel. She was quite the star. And actually, I kind of gave a hint there by saying it was a she. Quite a star. She plays a character named Summer Hathaway in the 2003 movie School of Rock. First person to name the name of the actress will get the point. Looking for a first and a last name. Maybe you know it offhand. Maybe that's enough context clues to guess who it is. Maybe you can see her face, but you don't know her name, and in which case you might have to jump to IMDb and look up School of Rock or go to Google. Again, one more time. It was... Oh, there we go. Let's see who... Becky got it with Miranda Cosgrove. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I'm not actually sure. Cosgrove? But yes, Miranda Cosgrove. That's correct. Have you all seen School of Rock? Because, man, I loved that movie back when it came out. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I need to watch it again. But that's a fun movie. Yeah, but I already had an IMDb tab open. Yep. Becky just beat me to it. Yep, Indy was coming with it. And, yep, there goes Silas. Yep, coming in with it. Miranda Cosgrove. Yep. Never saw the movie and can't Google. Yep, so Jack was at a bit of a disadvantage there. Well, Jack, if you ever get around to seeing it, it's a great movie. It's a comedy. Basically, it stars Jack Black, and he plays as a guitarist in a rock band, but the band is struggling to succeed, and he is, he has a dream of being this rock star, but he's just a little too much. He's kind of, the band's trying to be serious, and he's kind of coming in and just like giving almost like a little too much effort, like kind of going overboard to where he's almost embarrassing the band. And they end up kicking him out of the band, and he's sort of bitter about that. He's frustrated. He doesn't have a job. He needs some money. And his brother is a substitute teacher. And he gets a phone call. His brother is asked about teaching at this very prestigious, private school, and asked to fill in as a substitute teacher. But it's Jack Black's character who answers the phone. And when he finds out how much it pays, and he's in desperate need for the money, he basically, what's the word for it? He's pretending to be his brother. He says like, oh, I'm the guy you're looking for. I'm Ned Schneebly, and sure, I'll take the job. I'll do it. And so he starts showing up to teach these kids, and he's just doing it for the money. But then he hears them in band practice. They're playing like orchestral instruments. They're playing classical guitar, and they're playing strings and woodwinds and brass. And he's like, wow, these kids, they can play. And so he gets the idea to form a rock band with the kids so that he has another shot for this upcoming, what's it called? Battle of the Bands coming up. And he basically uses the school time to teach these kids how to rock and roll. So it's kind of a fun movie. But Seen it a couple times, says Becky. Yep. And then Silas, yep, sure like School of Rock. But yeah, there you go, Jack. It's kind of a fun movie, so if you ever get a chance, that's a good one to check out. All right, everyone give me a thumbs up or an I'm ready. Let me know. And if anyone's just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello and let me know if you're ready for the competition. We've got another question coming up here. This next one is going to be a password. So again, I'll explain how this works. So basically, I'm thinking of a single word. It's just a one-word password. And I'm going to give you a one-word hint. So I'm going to give you a hint, and based off of that hint, you can type in as many guesses as you can. You're trying to guess what the password is based off of my hint. If no one's getting it, I will give a second hint. And if no one can get it then, I will finally give a third hint. And usually by then, someone can guess what the password is. All right, Jack is ready. Indy's ready. Becky's ready. Becky commenting, Gene Simmons had a reality show in England based on School of Rock. That's actually kind of interesting. I'd have to look into that and see what it was. One thing, I'll make one last comment about it, but there is kind of a sad thing. Like the movie, it's kind of about like real rock and roll, you know, as in like the rock that emerged from the 80s and the 70s and that kind of stuff. Maybe the 90s as well. It was kind of just talking about the authenticity of rock. Like that's kind of sort of the message about it. The authenticity of the music and being genuine with it and not selling out and not compromising your beliefs and your values just for popularity or that kind of thing. And School of Rock, like in real life, the brand was reestablished and they turned it into this kind of pop thing, you know. It's like they pretty much did exactly what the movie was standing against. So I can't remember. It was called Gene Simmons Rock School. Interesting. That's kind of cool. I'll have to look into that. I always mix up Gene and Richard Simmons. I was envisioning Richard. Yeah, that'd probably be a little bit of a different show. Gene Simmons makes a little more sense than Richard Simmons doing that show. So, all right, here we go. We're trying to guess the password. Here is your first hint. The first hint is speakers. Okay? So you may type in your guesses based off of that one word, speakers. What do you think the password is? First person to guess the password. Yeah, got a few laughs there from Jack and Becky. The hint is speakers. Music? Nope, not music. Sound? No. Volume? All very good guesses. You're definitely like, dancing around the right idea. Audio. 11. I kind of like that guess, but that's not correct. Bass. All right, I might have to give you all another hint. Let me wait for a couple more guesses. Treble. I'm actually impressed by that. Not just bass, but guessing treble as well. Let's see here. Anything else? Speakers. All right. All right, here is your next hint. Instrument? Nope, not instrument. The first hint was speakers. The second hint is ears. Boombox. Nope, not boombox, but not a bad guess. The second hint is ears. Stereo. Good guess, but nope. Headphones, there we go. That's it. And Becky right in with everyone coming in with headphones. Yep. But Indy was the first one to get it. Earphones. Yep. Headphones, earphones. Nope. Yep. Headphones is the correct answer. Yeah, you were all very close, just like they were coming back to back. But yep, that's going to go to Indy. Indy, you get 2 points, so you get to advance to C tier. So you are catching up with the competition here. Just if y'all are curious, the third hint was going to be SkullCandy. So I don't. Maybe that would have given it away as well. But yep, the password was headphones. Awesome. All right. Let's see here. We've got a riddle coming up next. And again, if anyone is just tuning in, don't be shy. You can still join in on the competition. Let's see here. I think, yeah, well, let's go ahead. We'll do this riddle, and then we'll have a brief intermission, and I'll play another song for all of you. All right, here we go. Yep, good job, Indy. Okay, here's the riddle. Now, for the riddles, a little bit of an honesty policy here, but I think it's more fun to try and figure out the riddle, so I would prefer that you refrain from using Google. Usually Google is permitted, but riddles are the one that I think it's a little more fun if you try to guess it. So a little bit of an honesty thing here, but try not to use Google. If it takes too long, then we'll let it come down to Google, first person to Google the answer. But I think it's fun if you really think about it. Now, I will be honest, this is kind of a tough one. It really makes sense. Like, you might have to think a little bit outside of the box to get this. But it makes sense once you hear it. So here we go. Can we use IMDb? If IMDb helps solve riddles, maybe. I'm not sure how much it's going to help on this. And if you just mean in general, yeah, you know, you can use pretty much any resource for looking up answers, you know. But for this one, yeah, we're going to try to see if you can figure it out just from some critical thinking. Here we go. The riddle is, where does today come before yesterday? Okay, I'm going to say that again. Where does today come before yesterday? Yeah, Becky being an angel, or at least putting on the emoji of an angel. Hopefully she acts on that. I'm going to put that quote again. Where does today come before yesterday? There we go. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the chat there. Australia. No, but there might be some time thing where that is the case, you know, with the revolving of the world. Tomorrow? Nope, it's not tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Yep. Yep. There might be some sense where that kind of makes sense. Yeah, where does today come before yesterday? And actually, I'm not sure that does, because, yeah, the day after tomorrow, that's still before. Well, that's what we're asking yet. Or it's still after yesterday is what I meant to say. Yep. Again, like I said, you might have to think a little outside of the box. Like, I'll give you a little hint. Don't focus so much on, like, time of day or that kind of thing. You kind of have to think of a different context. Like, don't be focused on today, tomorrow, yesterday. Where does today? And actually focus on that word where. So we're actually looking for a place, you know. So we're not actually looking for a time, we're looking for a place. Where does today come before yesterday? Just a little bit longer. Just want to give you guys a chance to think about it, and then I'll give you all the A-OK to Google the answer. History. That's kind of interesting. You're not way off with history. Hey, we got B-Hop in the chat. Hey, B-Hop. Appreciate you tuning in. We're having a little competition here. See if you can guess this riddle. Where does today come before yesterday? And good to have you tuning back in. This is game night, so I'm going to be playing a song in just a moment here, but we're having some competition. I'll explain the rules of this game in a little bit, but the only thing you really need to know is that we're just asking questions, trying to solve them. The current challenge, we're just trying to answer this riddle. The riddle is, where does today come before yesterday? And one little hint I'll give you is that we are looking for a place. So it's not so much, you know, don't think about time, think more about a place, an actual physical place where today comes before yesterday. And if no one can get it, I'm trying to get something loaded up here, but we'll, you know, I will permit Google in just a moment here. The alphabet? Hey, Becky, you've got the right idea with the alphabet. Lean into that. Calendar. Nah, not the calendar. Yep. Becky's glad that you came back, B-Hop. I'm glad as well. I'm glad that you're back. The alphabet is a really good guess. You've got the right idea thinking that. Becky got it. Dictionary is the correct answer. Yep. If you look in the dictionary, Today comes before yesterday because alphabetically the T's, letters with T's come before. Yep. And Indy, good guess as well. Alphabetical order. That's the right idea. But specifically, the answer was the dictionary. That's where today comes before yesterday. So awesome. Becky, you will advance. Oh, Becky is on A tier. So this has unlocked a perk. I'll actually use this as an opportunity to explain the rules to B-Hop. So B-Hop, let me get your name in on here. Okay, as you can see, we've got a tier list here. And if you're familiar with tier lists, basically the bottom of the list is F, and they advance up, and then the top of the list is S, S for superior, okay? This is a competition just trying to be the first person to make it up to S tier. And the way you get up there, everyone starts on the bottom on F tier, and I'm going to ask a series of questions and challenges and things like that. And if you pass the challenge or you answer the question first or you give the best answer, then you will get to advance in rankings. However, as people advance in rankings, there are certain perks that are unlocked that allow other people to catch up. So Becky is pretty close to winning, but to be honest, you're not far behind. Whenever somebody reaches C tier, so when we first start the game, the first person to reach C tier, it unlocks a perk so that anyone under C tier, their next answer will be worth 2 points. So that means if you're in F tier, your next answer will get you up to C tier. If you're in D tier, your next answer will actually let you skip C tier and move up to B tier. Now that Becky has moved up to A tier, she's the first person to reach A tier, she has unlocked a perk where now everyone below A tier, your next answers will be worth 2 points. So that means Silas, if you can answer before Becky, you can still win this. Silas can skip A tier and move right up to S tier. Indy, you're not far behind. If you can answer 2 questions, you can still take the win. And even Jack and B-Hop, even though you're in F tier, if you can answer 3 questions rather than, 1, 2, 3, normally you'd have to answer 5. If you can answer 3 questions, and really the only people you got to compete against are Becky and Silas. They're the only ones who can win in their next answer. But yeah, if you can really be on your game and you can answer 3 in a row, you can still come back and win this thing. And I think we're gonna have plenty of time to do a second round as well. So let me get your name made real quick so I can get you in on the competition here. And we're actually gonna take a brief intermission. So before we continue with the competition, I'm gonna play another song for all of you, and then we will get back to it. All right, let me get B-Hop in on here. Sorry, I've got a little text editor here, so I'm just getting your name made, and then I will get it loaded up and in on the competition. All right. There we go. Let me just catch up with the chat real quick. Sorry, trying to get that made. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, way to go. And B-Hop asking, did you Google it? Just saying that was tough. Nope, I have an IMD tab open. Not that that helps, but yeah, good job. Yeah, when you guessed alphabet, I think that gave you a lot of clues of what to think about, like thinking alphabetical order. So, yeah, a lot of these, I tried to pick riddles that like, you can figure them out. You just kind of got to work it out a little bit. It's like and most of the time you got to think a little out of the box. Like that's a good example of, it's talking about time. It's talking about today and yesterday, but almost any riddle, whenever it asks questions like that, you can almost tell like, okay, this isn't about time. It's not about you got to think like outside of the context. Like in what context would that make sense? So yeah, that's what I think is kind of fun about riddles. B-Hop saying, just messing with you. Wanted to figure it out, but you beat me. Yep. Yeah, they were working on it for a little bit. You kind of just came in as they were figuring it out. Yeah, Jack saying, don't even think of sharing F tier with me. Yep, this sounds fun. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Cool game, Quincy. Where'd you get the idea? To be honest, I think it kind of evolved. So when I first started doing game night for these streams, we used to do a bracket system, and I think it was still some kind of question thing, but we would pair people up. I'm trying to think. We did like a few different forms. There was a bracket where first we were voting. We would have like we would vote for like the best rock vocalist, and everyone would nominate a vocalist, and we'd have enough vocalists to create a bracket, and then people would vote, and the bracket would advance. We did that for a while, but that was a little, that really only worked if a lot of people showed up, and it was kind of lengthy, and it wasn't, like, it was okay, but it wasn't like that great. And then the next thing, I think we did brackets, but it was sort of some kind of face-off. It was like a question thing where, oh, well, we can do like a questionnaire, and people can compete. But once again, you needed like a lot of people, and if people showed up late, there was no way to really get them in there. And I think I did tier lists separately. I think somehow I did something once with tier lists, but I can't remember what it was. And eventually, so I think I came up with the idea myself. I don't think I've seen anyone else do this, but I just thought, like, hey, a tier list game, that could work. Everyone starts on F tier, and we just ask questions. And I just thought it's definitely the game that we play. When I say game night, it's always this game. And it's just it's a good game because anyone can come in at any moment. Like, you don't have to start at the beginning. And it's happened before. There's been people, Daniel's a good one. Daniel, he's one that he'll come in late and he'll come back and take the win, So anyone can still win no matter at what point you join in the game. And a lot of the questions are designed to be like, there's different chances. Sometimes it's head knowledge, like you need to know the answer, but sometimes it's just everyone gets a chance to guess, and I pick my favorite answer. Sometimes there are multiple answers, and it's the first person to guess the correct answer. So it's more of a speed thing, or it's not like a specific trivia knowledge that you have to know. So it's kind of designed to, it's kind of designed like Mario Kart a little bit. It's kind of to give everyone like a fair chance, and to give more advantage to the people that are not doing well, So it kind of keeps the competition like fun and equal amongst everyone. So cool. Awesome. Looks like Silas is ready. It was harder than the carrot one. Yeah, I agree. I think that was a harder one than the carrot riddle. Yeah, maybe Daniel will still show up and win. He's got time. He's got time to show up. All right, let me get B-Hop in here, and then I'm going to play a song for all of you, and we will continue with the competition. We might have a winner when we get back into it. All right. The next song I'm going to play for you, let me get my screen widened. So we will get back to this game in just a bit here, but we're going to take a brief intermission, and I'm going to play a song for you. All right, this is a song I released a while back. That's kind of interesting. For those of you who, Becky and B-Hop, I know y'all are still kind of becoming familiar with my catalog. This is actually a song that I released about a year ago. So I released it in early 2024. But I wrote this song a few years ago. It's a little bit of an older song, and you might notice this one is a little different than some of my other stuff. I definitely draw a lot of influence from progressive metal bands, so bands that are a little more experimental and play with kind of odd time signatures and things. And so this song definitely has a more progressive metal element to it. And I kind of did that for a while, but yeah. So hopefully you like it, but you might just kind of notice this song might be a little different than some of the others. It might have kind of a different flavor, but hopefully you still enjoy it. This is a song, it's actually a song about my friends moving away. It's about kind of like when you grow up with your friends, like through childhood and through high school, you kind of just get the sense like you're always going to be together. Like, you're all going to get married at the same time, and you're all going to move into a neighborhood and be next door neighbors, and like you're just always going to be together. But unfortunately, life just kind of sometimes takes you in different directions, and next thing you know, your friends aren't around anymore, and that's just kind of a part of life. So it's but it's just a song that's kind of reflects on like being grateful for those friends, but also expresses that hurt of just growing up and recognizing that life kind of takes you in different directions sometimes. I'm going to get a sip of water real quick. Here's your courtesy reminder to stay hydrated. This song has been released on Spotify. So if you do like it, you can certainly listen to it again on Spotify or whatever streaming platform you like to use. So here we go. Hope you like it. This one's called Brothers to the End.
Remember who we are. We're unbreakable, bonded by our passion, undeniable, brothers till the very end. Just a bunch of outcasts, only meant for slaughter. But we will overcome this if we can band together. Look into my eyes, grab a hold of my hand. Remember who we are, brothers till the very end. Till the very end, stripped of all its meaning. And now it's just me. And now it's just me. Distant fragment. Shattered pieces.
Thank you. Again, that one was called Brothers to the End. I hope you enjoyed the song. If you did, it is available on Spotify and other streaming platforms, wherever you like to listen to music. All right, for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And we are going to continue with some competition here. We are playing the tier list game. It is game night. So let's catch up with the chat, and we will get our competition back up and running. All right. There we go. See here, catching up with the chat. Okay, yeah, Becky did hear this one. Oh yeah, I like this one. First time I heard it, I thought Quincy was angry at his brothers. Yep. So actually, brothers to the end. It's yeah, more of a brotherhood, you know, rather than siblings, you know. This fits for my upcoming Memorial Day stream tomorrow, Quincy. Yeah, kind of does serve that same purpose of just kind of, you know, sort of a band of brothers, sort of a brotherhood, that camaraderie that you kind of have. See here, some nice chatting happening in the chat. I like when the chat is chatty. Becky's saying, I remember the first week I found the stream, I was crying about something, can't remember what. Well, I'm sorry you were crying. Hopefully you're feeling better. Let's see here. The timing on those messages. Okay, maybe there was something, maybe I missed something. But either way, awesome job, Quincy. That was dope. Thank you, B-Hop. Glad you enjoyed it. Great job. Good song. Thank you, Silas. And then, yeah, asking Jack, how did you first find the stream? Do you remember? Yeah, Jack's been tuning in for a while, so I'm wondering if I remember. Let's see here. Yep, thank you for the applause, Jack. Much appreciated. Yeah. No worries. Yeah. I mean, at least you're aware of that. Yeah, Becky just saying, I tend to get upset and stressed over little things and blow them out of proportion. And awareness is kind of the first thing. Sometimes we all have like little habits or tendencies, you know, when it comes to how we deal with problems or emotions and that kind of thing. And the first step to sort of learning self-control and overcoming that is just being aware of it to begin with. So I'm certainly sorry that there are things that sometimes upset or stress you, but just hang in there. Again, you know, sometimes when you just take time to kind of think things through and sort of remind yourself like, hey, whatever's going on here, I'll find a solution through it. I'll find a way through. You know, you kind of combat those feelings. Like, don't let those feelings be the boss of you. You know, you kind of be in control of those emotions. So Silas asking, what's your favorite guitarist who plays a Schecter, Quincy? To be honest, I'd have to look that up. I think I might say Keith Merrow, and I'm saying that totally from memory because I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of curious to look that up. Guitarists who play Schecters. Guitarists who play, because, you know, I don't even know if I can name any. He's like the only one I really know, I think. Guitarists who play Schecter. Oh, interesting. So it's saying the first thing to come up, many well-known guitarists use Schecter guitars. Some prominent examples, there's Sinister Gates from Avenged Sevenfold. He's definitely a very good guitarist. Jeff Loomis, I know that to be a good guitarist from Arch Enemy and Nevermore. Robert Smith of The Cure, Dan Donegan of Disturbed, and Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits. So those are some good mentions there, but even out of those, I think I would still pick, yeah, Keith Merrow. He's a solo artist. Keith Merrow just writes some like really. I think he's got a band called Nightmare, and if you like, if you like technical death metal, then definitely check out Keith Merrow. So it's like it's heavy, but it's like just very aggressive, and very dissonant kind of music. Like, but it's dissonant, but it still sounds very musical. Like I don't know. It's some really cool stuff that he does in that particular project, but. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube, actually, and I just remember, like, oh, he plays Schecter. So he's literally, like, the only one I could think of off the top of my head. There's a few names, like, I'm looking at a list here. There's a few names that I recognize. Probably the most recognizable from this list is Sinister Gates from Avenged Sevenfold. And I like a few Avenged Sevenfold songs. I'm not going to say I'm, like, a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan, but they're definitely a good band. He's definitely a good guitarist. So, you know, there's certainly a lot I can respect about that. Hey, we got Jeff, Metalhead Hippie, in the chat. Jeff, appreciate you tuning in. I'll get you in on the competition if you can hang around and play a little bit. Let's see here. Lady C first shared this channel with me. Okay, so that's how Indy heard about it. And I definitely appreciate y'all sharing. Yeah, some of you, there were certain people. I remember... how do I say this? There's some other streamers, and I got introduced to them. It was through Dom. Some of you know the Dom father, but Dom invited me to participate in a stream, and then kind of introduced me to some of you know Chad, who does he's got the ham show that he does, and a few other streamers. That kind of introduced me to Jeff of Metalhead Hippie, and Gary from Camp Gmae, I believe it's called. And so definitely met a lot of other great streamers and other music enthusiasts and fans. So yeah, definitely been nice to kind of meet people through there. Why did it sound rude when I typed that? Sometimes it might just, sometimes you type things and, you know, typing, there's no body language, there's no facial expression, there's no tone of voice. So sometimes it can be hard to discern the emotional intent behind text. But I didn't read anything as rude unless I'm missing it or something. Jack saying, I don't really remember. I just know I once tuned in. I was hooked. Quincy has a great voice, is a talented musician, and is a genuinely nice guy. Well, Jack, I really appreciate that. I definitely appreciate you hanging around. Jack is a regular. You know, he's been watching me for a while now, and I really appreciate your friendship and your support. Becky saying, Quincy's great. Oh, thank you. I only intended to listen to his Breaking Benjamin cover when I clicked. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the cover, and I'm glad that you enjoy the songs and the conversation and the stream and the games as well. All right. Sorry, all. I will be away as I got a call. Well, Jack, no worries. You can always slip back in if you're if you're going to be gone. I appreciate you tuning in, but take care, and you know we might still be around if you can come back. All right. And hey, we got Mike in the chat. Hey, Mike, appreciate you tuning in. We've got some competition happening here, so we'll get you tuned in just a moment. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, some people just talking about how do they remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think Silas, I might even know, because I know Silas is a fan of Switchfoot. And a while back, I had a guitar tutorial for how to play the song Meant to Live by Switchfoot. And I think Silas saw that video, and then maybe he subscribed or maybe watched one of my streams after that. That's my guess, but I could be wrong. Maybe Silas found me another way. Let's see here. I've got Hippie. We're going to add Hippie to the competition. Mike, I'll give you kind of a rundown of how this works. So we're playing the tier list game. The way this works is we've got a ranking. Everyone starts on the bottom on F tier. And I'm going to ask a series of questions and challenges. And if whoever answers the question first, or whoever gets, an answer, whoever gives the best answer that I choose, they get to advance in rankings. And the objective is to advance from F tier and be the first one to reach S tier. Now, what happens is as people advance, certain perks are unlocked so that people behind have a chance to catch up. So actually, the first person to reach C tier unlocks a perk where anything below C tier, their next answer is worth 2 points. So if that's actually what happened here, Silas was below Becky on D tier, but then Silas got an answer and was able to pass Becky and advance to B tier. Now that Becky, you can see Becky is at the top here on A tier. She's only got one more to go. If she makes it to S tier, she wins. But she just unlocked a perk for all of you. Everything under A tier, your answers are worth 2 points. So Silas can still win this game. If he answers the next question, his point will be worth 2, and so he'll get to skip A tier and go right up to S tier. Indy will have to answer 2 questions to still take the win. And then even those of you who are just getting tuned in, Mike, Hippie, and B-Hop, you've only got to answer 3. Normally, you'd have to answer 5 questions to get to S tier, but because of the perks, you only have to answer 3. And it's happened before. We've had people come in late to the competition, and they were still able to come back and take the win. So that's kind of how it's kind of like Mario Kart a little bit. If you've ever played Mario Kart, where it's like the better you do, you're actually at more of a disadvantage, and the more behind you are, there are certain perks or advantages that are given to you to give you a chance to catch up. And that way it just keeps it a close race and kind of keeps the competition fun. And it gives everyone a chance. Like we don't all have to start at the same time. You can come in late and still have a chance to come back and take the win. Mike, I'm just going to get a name made for you so I can get you in on the competition here. But everyone, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Or just say, I'm ready. Let's go. Type something in the chat to let me know that you are ready. And we will continue with this competition. Again, you all are going to have to be on your toes a little bit. I think we'll have time to do another round since we're probably going to get a winner in just a moment here. But Becky and Silas could take the win here. So everyone else, you just got to be ready to type fast, ready to use your answers. Also, here's your courtesy reminder. Make sure you are caught up with the stream. Make sure you are live. If you're behind the stream, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Also, depending on the question, for the most part, Google is permitted. So if you don't know the answer, you are allowed to Google the answer. Again, or, use IMDb, if it's a movie-related question. Google is not going to be as fast as somebody who already knows the answer in their head. So if nobody knows the answer, it wouldn't be any fun. So then it just becomes pretty much a race to who can Google the answer first. And sometimes the questions aren't even, you don't even have to know the answer in your head. Sometimes it's just a guessing game, or whoever gets the best answer. Sometimes I choose, I let everyone give an answer and I choose whatever answer I like best. So, all right. Awesome. Yeah, let me catch up real quick with the chat, and it looks like everyone is ready. We're going to get going. Hey, we got Abe in the chat. All right, we might have a few more competitors here, so let me get Abe in on the chat. Man, again, I like when the chat is chatty. I tell you what, just to get the game going, I think we're gonna get going. I'll get Abe in on here, but I might have to catch up with y'all's conversation. But I'm glad y'all are having some good conversation there. So let me get Abe in on this, and we'll be good to go. And I will say what the next question is. Actually, I can go ahead and just say the next question, and then I can still get his name set up. All right, where were we at? Okay, this is a guessing game. Okay, this is something you're not going to be able to Google this. This is a personal question, so this is something about me. And basically, first person to guess it, If you guys are like all over the place, I'll try to give you some hints. Some of you, I think I've asked this before, so some of you might know this. I don't know if you remember it, but question, what is my favorite animal? That is the question. So basically, take your guesses, If y'all are just kind of like way off the mark, I'll drop a few hints so that somebody can guess it, to kind of guide you and help y'all guess the right answer. But I'm pretty sure this isn't on Google anywhere. So, all right, let's see here. Crocodile, nope. Horses, tiger, cat. Good guesses, but nope. Abe got it. Maybe Abe remembered, but yes, platypus is the correct answer. Abe, you'll have to let me know. Could you remember that one from last time? But way to go. And Abe, again, the perks have already been unlocked, so you actually get to skip D tier and advance to C tier. So you're catching up. You're catching up. But it's not over yet. Becky and Silas, their next answers are going to give them the win. So, Indy, Abe, y'all still got to catch up, and everyone in F tier, you've got a chance, but you definitely got to be on your A game. And yeah, Becky laughing. But yes, my favorite animal is a platypus. The short story behind that is, do you guys remember? Yeah, how about Liger? Yeah, that's actually that's a respectable answer right there from Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, Liger, just the coolest animal ever. Why is that your favorite animal? Good question. When I was a kid, y'all remember Beanie Babies? So I remember going into a store. And they've got the regular size Beanie Babies, but then they had these bigger ones. And I remember there was a little platypus Beanie Baby. And for whatever reason, it just, you're a kid, and it just kind of caught my eye, and I just kind of liked it. And I remember Mom getting it for me, I think as a gift for Easter or something like that. And I was kind of at that age where like that was that one toy that was just kind of my buddy. Like I would go on camping trips. Like we'd have these father-son camping trips through our church. And Mom would actually make like a little outfit for my little platypus that I would take with me. His name was Paddles. And so he would go with me, and, he kind of stayed on my bed. And I still got him, I don't sleep with him, but he's kind of a decoration that I do have on my bed. So, yeah, just kind of one of those things. And along with that, platypuses are just kind of one of those just very like it's a really weird animal. It's like it's a mammal, but it's also very much very bird-like, kind of like a duck. Like I think it lays eggs, so it's so I kind of appreciate it for that. I appreciate it for its uniqueness and its bizarreness. I kind of like, yeah, it's the weirdest animal ever. That's kind of what I like about it. So. Yep, liger, yeah, lion and tiger mixed together. I only had fake Beanie Babies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were many off-brand Beanie Babies that were made. Abe saying, I had friends obsessed with Beanie Babies. They collected them like they were gold. They still have them. Yeah, that was the thing. It was definitely one of those toy brands that was designed to be like that. It was designed to, to collect them all. There were so many different types and do that. I never got into collecting them, but that particular one, I always liked that one. I've actually got 3 of them now. It was kind of cute. My nephews and nieces, they were having a little yard sale, and somehow they had acquired some toys and stuff. And I think there was just a bunch of toys they didn't need. They were selling them, and they had some Beanie Babies, and they had the regular Beanie Baby platypus, and then they had the mini Beanie Babies. So there's like 3 sizes. There's like the standard size, and then they'd have these little mini Beanie Babies, and then they'd have the bigger ones. I already had the big platypus. They had the regular one and the small one. So I bought those 2 from them. So now I got a little platypus family. So got Paddles and his wife and his kids. So there we go. Yep, duck-billed platypus. That's correct. So there we go. Awesome. Everyone give me a thumbs up or let's go. I'm ready. Let me know that you're ready, and we will continue on with the competition. And I still got a couple more songs that I'm going to play for y'all in just a bit here, but we'll continue with our competition first, and then we'll get into some more music. So, yep. Also, courtesy reminder, just make sure you are caught up with the stream. If you are behind the stream, you will be at a disadvantage. Yep. Silas is ready. B-Hop is ready. Becky saying, I was only interested in Beanie Babies because I read in a magazine once that Nick from Backstreet Boys liked them. Yep, that would do it. There we go. All right, awesome. Looks like people are ready. So here we go. Next, let's see what the next challenge is. I think it's going to be a movie quote. All right, here we go. Got a movie quote. Now, I'm going to give you one little hint. This is not like a classic quote. It might become one, but relatively new quote. So don't be thinking like old, iconic movie quotes with this one. I think you'll know it. But we'll see. Here we go. The movie quote. So we're looking for the title of the movie. All right. I'm gonna say a quote from the movie. Looking for a title. Here we go. The quote is, "I need you to trust me one last time." Okay. First person to name the title of that movie. Again, I'll say the quote again. "I need you to trust me one last time." And again, you can guess. You're allowed to give multiple guesses, but if you can name the title of that movie. I need you to trust me one last time. That is the movie quote. Abe got it. Man, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. Yep. That's what he says in the trailers. And so I've heard that quote quite a bit. And I see in the comments, a lot of people comment, they'll like quote it and they'll be like, "We trust you, Tom," because, ready. So I thought that'd be a fun quote to pull out because I'm looking forward to it. Becky's saying, don't know the quote, probably didn't see the movie. The funny thing is I don't think anyone's seen the movie yet because it's not out yet. It comes out tomorrow. So, yep, it's just from the trailer. That's right. I watched the trailer. Yep, that's what I know it from. But I've been seeing that trailer a lot. I've been hearing that quote a lot. So it just kind of popped in my head. I'm planning to go see that movie this weekend. So I was like, that might be kind of fun. Usually I pull out a classic quote, but I thought it'd be fun to pull out a quote from a movie that's coming out soon. Yep. Abe's doing good. Abe is bringing it. Yep. So there we go. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else had heard it, but if you've seen trailers for Mission Impossible, man, Abe is caught up. So Abe is now a contender. So Becky, Silas, be on your guard because Abe is caught up with all of you. Either one of you, if you get your next answer, can take the win. But there's an example right there. See how quickly Abe caught up? Just 2 guesses, and he's already tied for first place. So that's all it takes. Yeah. Let's see here. B-Hop saying, I have ad blocker and don't really see movie trailers unless it's something recommended to me. So, well, there you go. Yep. But that is what it's from. So, gotcha. Yep. Don't worry, Becky. You still got a chance. Nothing to stress over. I think you still got it. And don't forget, you won last time. I think Indy won, and then you won the second round. So you're still a winner. Let me see. I've got a record here. Let me see if Abe has won any. I don't think Abe has a win, actually. I know Abe has competed before. You're doing really well. Our last winners were Indy and Merc. The most wins still belongs to Daniel. Daniel has the most, but Indy, you're not far behind. Daniel has 3 wins. Indy, you have won 2 of these. So if you get another win, you will be tied for the most wins with Daniel. All right, and then we've got several people who have won at least one time. Silas has won, yeah, as far as everyone here, those are one. And Becky has won one as well. All right, we're going to move on to the next question. Yep. All right, awesome. Here we go. Let's see what the next question is. Okay, there's no one answer, okay? I'm going to request a song title, okay? There can be multiple answers for this. So I'm basically asking for a song, and the first person to name a song that matches the requirements gets the win. Okay, here we go. First person to name a song with the word face in the title. Now, the song cannot be called Face. It wouldn't surprise me if there is a song out there and the title is Face. But no, we're looking for a song. It can be any song from any artist. It just needs to be a song title with the word face in the title. Silas with Faceless, and I think that counts because I know the band Red. I wonder if that's the band you were thinking of. But I'm pretty sure the band Red yep, Faceless is a song by the band Red. Is that what you were referring to? But now, technically, yep, by Red. Yep. That was fast, Silas. Yep, Face Down. Man, that's a good answer right there. Face Down from the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. The Weekend, I Can't Feel My Face. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you guys came in, y'all brought it. Yeah, some good answers. I'm kind of on the fence. I think I'm going to give it to Silas. Technically, I think faceless is a different word than face, but I don't think I'm going to be all technical. I think I'm still going to count that. So well done. That was really fast, Silas. But really good answers. Face Down, I Can't Feel My Face. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yep. And Silas got it. No worries, Becky. You put up a good fight. But congratulations to Silas. Comeback story. Silas actually put up a pretty good match. He was kind of up there with the rankings. But Silas has advanced to S tier and has taken the win. So everyone, share your congratulations to Silas. Congratulations to Silas. And I'm going to actually take a record of that. Silas has won one of these before, but now you're up there with Indy as somebody who has won 2 of these. So congratulations to Silas. I think we're going to do one more speed round in a bit here. So guys, don't worry. We're still going to have plenty more competition. Becky, last time you won the second round, so you still got a chance to win a second round. But I do think we're going to reset, start everyone at F tier. Although Silas, we're going to keep you up at S tier. We're going to just allow you to just observe the match and kind of give someone else a chance to compete and win. But congratulations to Silas. I'm going to play another song for all of you. And there we go. Yep, wins by technicality. It's your choice, Quincy. Yeah, I think I'm going to be easy going with it, and I'm going to give it to Silas. But you all had good answers. It's always tough. So let's see here. Yep, at the buzzer. Yeah, it was close. Boom. You did awesome, Becky. Yep, great competition. Yep, great competition from everyone. Oh, got to head out. B-Hop, hey, I appreciate you tuning in. Got to go heading to a friend's house to watch a game. Good night. Hey, I appreciate you hanging out, B-Hop. If you got time, I'm going to play a song. But if you got to head out, no worries. I appreciate you tuning in. Looking forward to spending more time with you. And I hope you had fun playing the little bit of the game that you did get to play. But I hope the game that you're going to watch, I hope that goes well. Hope you have fun at your friends. All right, awesome. Well, let me go ahead. I'm going to play another song for all of you. And then I think we're going to try to do one more like speed round, and we'll continue from there. Let me see what I got next. All right, next song. This is a little bit of a softer one, although it kind of builds up in intensity as the song progresses. I released a music video for the song a little while back. So if you want to check out the music video, you can find it on my YouTube channel. Having trouble finding the backing track. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Courtesy reminder for all of you, stay hydrated. I'm going to get a sip of water here. This is a song of mine called Waking Up. Hope you all like it. And like I said, there's a music video you can check out on my YouTube channel. The song is also available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. You should be able to find it there. Hope you like it. This one's called Waking Up.
It's too much effort to pull away the covers that hold me down and won't let go. It smothers me, the weight of this anxiety pressing me into my pillow. Blissful sleep, chasing lies and counting sheep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up, so I can start to dream. I toss and turn, and tick by tock the hours burn, pleading for this night to end. Part of me begging to go back to sleep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up, so I can start to dream. You're not worth less. You have purpose. Waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up, so I can start to dream. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up, so I can start to dream.
Thank you. Again, that one was called Waking Up. And if you enjoyed the song, you can find it on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. All right, so I still got one more song for you, but I think we're going to try to have one more little speed round. So we're going to really rush through this, try to get through it kind of quick. It is game night, but again, congratulations to Silosis. Yeah, congratulations to Silosis for being an awesome band. You know, shout out to them. They're one of my favorite bands, but congratulations to Silas for taking the win tonight. As you can see, we've got Silas up in S tier right there. So Silas, you get to enjoy sitting on S tier, but we're going to bring everyone else back down to F tier, and we're going to try to do one more speed round. So, you know, I'm going to be a little more just decisive, you know, just kind of pick people quickly for who gets the point. And I'm going to, you know, try to give hints so that we can... and by the way, thank you for all the, I don't know what you call it, but, you know, when you press the hearts and the applause and all that stuff, I appreciate, you know, the emojis being shared there, but awesome stuff. So definitely appreciate that. And, yeah, we're going to try to do one more little speed round, and then I got one more song for you, and we'll put a wrap on all of this. So awesome stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yep, just catching up with the chat. And yep, our highlighted lyric from that song is, "It smothers me, the weight of this anxiety." And yeah, sort of using the illustration of kind of being stuck in bed and, you know, almost the weight keeping you there. You know, you're wanting to get out of bed rather than just sort of sleepwalking through life, rather than just kind of being uninspired and just sort of demotivated and just staying there, sort of fighting that weight and breaking through that barrier of fear and going out there and making those dreams happen. So Becky was saying, "Jack, did you manage to rescue your rice? I'm hungry." Yeah, I'm working up an appetite myself. I always have dinner after these streams. So usually by the time we're getting near the end of the stream, I'm working up a bit of an appetite. Thank you for the applause back. Sorry, the applause mic. I was getting names mixed up there. Much appreciated. Great job. Thank you, Silas. And yeah, Jack might be on that phone call. Almost sounded like Seether. Might have had some things in there. That was funny. I was wondering what was the hearts coming up. Yeah. So yeah, everyone, if you look at the bottom right of the chat, you can see like that little heart at the bottom there. And if you select it, there's 5 icons, at least 5 that I see. There's a heart, there's a laugh, there's like the cheering confetti, there's the surprised face, and then there's the 100. I don't know if you guys can see it. So like if I'm pressing it, are y'all seeing those 100s right now as I press it? Or if I do the hearts, are you seeing the hearts? And I can do the applause, or I can be surprised. Oh no, you know. So yeah, so that button is for you. Feel free to hit that. You know, that's a nice way to sort of show some instantaneous applause. You know. All right, we're gonna do a speed round. So everyone, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. I just pressed it. I didn't see anything. Okay, I saw a heart there. Yeah. You can actually press it multiple times. So rather than just pressing once, you can like tap, 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 and you'll see it like floating. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw me doing it. I was tapping it a few times, but so I don't know if you could see me hitting it, but all of you, I certainly see it whenever somebody presses it. I can't see who's pressing it. So like right now I'm seeing hearts. I don't know who's pressing it. I'm guessing it's Becky, but yeah. All right, everyone give me a thumbs up, or let's just say I'm ready. Let's go. And again, we're going to try to speed through this. We're going to have one more competition. Again, everyone is back on F tier, except for Silas. Silas, you're still welcome to hang out. You're still welcome to chat, but you've already won, so we're going to let you just kind of enjoy your throne right now, and we're going to see who our runner-up is. Let's see here. Yep, Becky, I think, was saying me. Yep, Becky's ready. I have to run. Great stream. Hey, Indy, always appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Yep, much love right back at you. And take care. So, yep. And looks like there is a game happening, and the Mariners, I guess, just got a point. So, +1 for them. Awesome stuff. Yep. All right, good stuff. Well, I think we're going to get going with the competition. Just waiting a few more. No, Becky's ready. Anyone else, if you are ready, let me know. And we'll go. I want to make sure Becky's got some competition because, you know, Becky, you'll definitely win if no one else is playing. So just want to make sure a few other people are ready to go for the competition, and we'll get going here. Let me get the next question set up. Also, courtesy reminder, make sure you are caught up with the stream, because if you are, if you're behind the stream, if you're not live with the stream, then you will be at a disadvantage. So give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready. Just say, I'm ready. Let's go. Bring it on. Anything of the like. Don't let me win, everyone. Yeah, Becky wants the competition. You know, it's not much of a win if no one else is playing. All right, we got Mike. All right, so far we got Mike and Becky. Anyone else, you can still play as well. But we got Mike and Becky, so here we go. Let's see what we get here. All right. Both of you, or anyone who's playing, you actually all get a chance to submit an answer, and I'm going to pick my favorite one. Now, well, I'm not going to give any clues. Part of me feels like some of you might know what a good answer for this is going to be. But I'm kind of curious what your submissions are going to be. Ideally, please just make one submission, and I'm going to look at your submissions, and whichever one I like best, I'm going to pick that one and go. So everyone gets a chance to submit an answer, but I'm going to pick the one I like best. Okay. Submit your nominee for Best Action Star. So we're looking for an actor particularly known for appearing in action movies. It can be any actor who's kind of known for that type of role. And we'll see who are you nominating for Best Action Star. And I'm going to pick, I'm sure you're going to pick some good ones. You know, there's a lot of action stars that I like, so it's going to be hard. But we'll see what you see. Bruce Willis, that's a good one. Die Hard is a great movie. Die Hard 2, also quite good. And the third one's not too bad. I know some people really like that one. I thought it was pretty good, but definitely that first one especially is a good one. Tom Cruise. Merc coming in strong with Tom Cruise. Not going to lie, Tom Cruise is a favorite of mine. I'm planning to go see Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning on Sunday. Yeah, Becky said, changed my mind, but it's too late. That's okay, Becky. Yep. Anyone else? Again, we're speed rounding, so I'm not going to wait too long. I only watched the first Die Hard. Probably the only one worth watching. You know, the second one's good too. I'd say second and third are worth watching as well. After that, I think they kind of go downhill a little bit, if I recall. But hey, Merc, by the way, yeah, hello. Appreciate you tuning in. We're kind of doing a speed round here. The guy from A Working Man, that's Jason Statham. I love Jason Statham. I'll type his name in the chat for you. But yeah, he's a favorite of mine. That's a good guess right there. Since it's a speed round, you know, normally if we were at the beginning of the stream, I'd kind of take time and we could answer, but we're definitely going to speed through this. Merc, you coming in with the win. I got to be honest. Tom Cruise is hard to beat. Tom Cruise is one of my favorite actors and certainly one of my favorite action stars. But Jason Statham was a really good guess. If you guys haven't seen Transporter 1 and Transporter 2 with Jason Statham, love those movies. I actually pretty much love just about anything Jason Statham has been in. He's a favorite of mine. Bruce Willis, I love him in Die Hard, but to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm kind of drawing a blank on what other action movies he's been in. I can think of some other ones, but I can't think of too many other like really big roles. Some other favorites, Jackie Chan, of course. Anybody know Scott Adkins? Scott Adkins, I think, is incredibly underrated. I think he deserves so much more recognition. He's definitely a favorite of mine. Fantastic action star. He's great. Only movie of Jason's I watch is The Meg. Yes, I've seen Meg. And The Meg's not bad. That's like a fun movie. But Jason has done a lot of, he's a really good athlete. I don't know if you know, before he was an actor, he was like a professional high diver. Like the guys that go up I don't know how high it is, 20, 50 feet in the air or something. I don't know, super high in the air, and they do all the flips and spins into the water. So he's super athletic, really good martial artist. Jackie Chan's great. Man, I love action movies. I love, there's a lot of action stars. So I could, if we had time, I could discuss a bunch of my favorite action actors. But Merc, congrats on the first point there. Next question. All right. Got some music trivia for you. First person to get the answer right. What Three Doors Down song references Superman? Okay, so we're looking for a song title from the band Three Doors Down. And it's a song that references Superman. So we're looking for the title of that song. Yeah, Becky's saying, I loved The Meg. Yep, I remember enjoying the movie. It was quite good. Kip from Napoleon Dynamite was a cage fighter. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I watched the first 3 Die Hard films. Yep, they're all good. My Kryptonite. Yep, going to give it to Becky. I think technically the title is Kryptonite, but Kryptonite is correct. Yep, you all are coming in with it. So, Becky, there you go. You got the next point right there. Again, I'm going to try to be pretty quick and pretty, not going to focus on technicalities too much. All right, we've got a password. I'm going to give you guys a one-word hint, and you're trying to guess a single word. You're allowed to make multiple guesses, okay? Here's your first hint. Player. Okay? That's your first hint. The first hint is player, and you're trying to guess of a word. So based off of that, try to guess what you think it might be. I'll give you all a few side hints. Yeah, I know you spelled it wrong, but to be honest, I'm not going to go with technicalities because, again, Becky spelled it right, but I think the song is technically called Just Kryptonite, not My Kryptonite. And then you put Just Kryptonite, but you spelled it wrong. But either way, since this is a speed round, I'm not going to get caught up on technicalities. So I'm going to give it to, Becky, since she was the first one to answer with the closest answer. Baseball, nope. Guitar, good guess, but nope. Game, nope. Video game, nope. Based off of the guesses so far, guitar is the closest to kind of what we're looking for. Again, the hint was player. Football, nope. All right, I'm going to give another hint in just a moment. Bass, nope. Here's a second hint, and again, just trying to do a speed round. Instrument. Okay, so the first hint was player. The second hint was instrument. Okay? I'll give you kind of another sort of side hint. Guitar, bass, piano, those are in the ballpark, but that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for an instrument. Don't forget that first word, hint. Or sorry, the first word wasn't hint. The first hint was player. Okay? So player, instrument, those are your hints. Harp, nope. Flute, nope. I'm getting low on water here. Okay, the third hint is artist. Player, instrument, and artist. So based off of those 3 hints, and I'll tell you guys right now, the answer is not an instrument. So, think of those 3 words: player, instrument, and artist. You're naming musical instruments. That's very close to it, but the actual answer is not an instrument itself. Becky got it. Musician was the password. Yep. And not sure where Ohio came from, unless you're referencing or commenting on something else. But yep, Becky, way to go. Now, Becky, since you're in C tier, that has unlocked a perk for everyone else. Everyone under C tier, your next answer will be worth 2 points. Okay? So continuing on. All right. Got a riddle for you. Now, again, I know this is a speed round. We're going to try to avoid using Google, so a little bit of an honesty policy here. Try not to use Google, but I'm probably not going to give you too much time. I'll give you a little bit of time, and then we'll, I'll permit Google. And first person to find the answer wins. But for now, I think riddles are more fun if you don't use Google. Here we go. The riddle is, if you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? I'll say that again. See here. Not sure why the sad face, Becky, because you got the point. You got to advance. Unless you're sad that you unlocked the perk for everyone else to catch up. But you're doing great. You're doing good so far. All right, the riddle. If you have me, you want to share me. But if you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? Becky got it. Secret is the answer. Pizza is... Mike, I got to give you kudos points for that, I like that answer for pizza. Let's see here. I tell you what, Mike, I'll give you a half point for that, so I'm not going to give you the perk, just because I like that answer. I don't know if that actually counts. If you have me, you want to share me. Does anyone actually want to share pizza, though? I think that's just a funny guess, but I'm sad I unlocked the perk. Hey, that's just part of the game. That just means you're doing good. If you unlock the perks, it means you're doing good. It's just unfortunate that it helps everyone else. I don't know if pizza actually works for that. If you have me, you want to share me, because some people are generous with pizza. If you share me, you haven't kept me. So, it could be pizza. But yeah, the answer was secret. All right, next question. This is a personal question about me, but you guys are hopefully familiar. You should know the answer. What is the name of my latest song release? So what was the last song I released? First person to name the title of that song will get the point. So we're looking for the song title of my most recent release. Pizza is good. I'm going to have some for my 2 a.m. snack. Yeah, again, I'm getting pretty hungry myself, so wouldn't it be bad to come home? Mirror that is broken. That is correct. Yep. And I'm going to post a link here. Yeah, and technically it was a mirror that was broken, but again, I'm not going to get too caught up on technicalities. Earlier this week, I actually released the stripped-down version, so if you haven't already checked out the video for that, be sure to check it out. I posted a link for it. You can leave a like, leave a comment. That definitely helps, and that song is available on Spotify and other platforms. All right, Becky, you are up at A tier, so one more to go. However, you have unlocked a perk. Everyone else's answers are worth 2 points, so anyone else can catch up, From now on, everyone else's points are worth 2 points. So, all right, here we go. What do we got here? Let me catch up. All right, got a movie quote. I'm going to say the quote. First person to name the title of the movie. Here is the quote. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix legions, and loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius. Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. First person to name the title of what that is from. And we've got a highlighted lyric from the song, A Mirror That Was Broken. Displaying all the pieces, showing who I am, formed a masterpiece from a mirror that was broken. I shared the video. I should have known that. Hey, Jeff, I appreciate you sharing. Much appreciated. 300. You were close, Jeff. You had the right idea, but it wasn't 300. It was Gladiator. And yep, Merc got that one. So way to go. Gladiator is the movie. Let's see, where's Merc at? So Merc, you get to advance up too, so you're not far behind. Merc, if you get your next answer, you can actually take the win here. So Merc is pretty close. It's down to Merc and Becky right now, but again, anyone can still catch up. All right, let's see here. All right, this next one, there can be multiple answers for this, so I'm going to ask for a song title. First person to give me a song title that matches the requirements will get the point. Here we go. First person to name a song from the band Chevelle. It can be any song from Chevelle. First person to name a song from Chevelle will get the point. Let's see what y'all got. It's coming down to the wire. This could be pretty close here. Looking for a song title. The red, yep. We got, man, Becky right there with Safe Waters. Yep. And then Mike also coming in with the red. But we got to give it to Merc. Becky, I'm sorry, but the win does have to go to Merc. But Becky, I will say this. You are a contender. You know, you've done really well in these. So, but congratulations to Merc, who took the win on the speed round. Becky, I knew you wanted it. Yep, that was fast. Yep. But hey, you were fast too. You were right after him with Safer Waters. So, but everyone, share your congratulations to Merc, who has also won a round of this. And let's see. I think Merc, you've won one before, and yep. So Merc, this is your second win. I'm gonna move you up. I got a little record here of how many times people have won. So. With the most wins, we still have Daniel with the most wins of 3. Daniel has won 3, but we've got some close contenders. Indy has won twice, Silas has won twice, and now Merc has won twice. And Becky, you're still very new, but you've got 1 win under your belt, and so you've certainly got chances. Some other winners, Chad, Lady C, Nuke, Blue, and Leo have all won rounds as well. So awesome. Congratulations. I got one more song for all of you. Yeah, good competition. Y'all really brought it, so way to go. Awesome job. All right, I got one more song for you all, and then we're going to put a wrap on this. So let me get that song played for you, and we will be good to go. All right, this is a song about perseverance. I don't know if any of you have heard that. I think it's a Japanese proverb, but it's something like, if you fall down 6 times, you get up 7 times. You know, the idea is you keep getting back up. It doesn't really matter how many times you fall. You just keep getting back up. And I might be saying that quote a little wrong, but it's a quote about perseverance. And that's what this song is called. It's called Get Up Again, and that's what it's about. It's about, you know, life's going to be tough, but it's it's worth it. It's worth the challenge. You know, whatever challenge you're facing, just recognize that it's an opportunity to shape you, to become a stronger person. It gives you the ability to connect with other people who might be going through similar challenges. And so even though there are struggles in life and they hurt, there's ultimately more to be gained from them than to be lost. Sometimes the biggest struggle is fear. And I think fear is something that just you need to slap it in the face. Like, don't let fear take over your life. Overcome that fear. It's always worth it. Even if you try something and you fail, it's better to try and fail than to never have tried at all. So don't let failure keep you from trying. And if you have failed, it's really not that big of a deal. You know, to be honest, the only true way to fail is to stop trying. But if you fail and you get up and you try again, like, that's how you win. You know, that's how winners win, is because they never give up. Even no matter how many times they fall down, no matter how many times they fail, they always get up and try again. So that's what the song's about. This one is available on streaming, so hope you like it. This one's called Get Up Again.
Down on the floor, you've been here many times before. You can't ignore the time that hand is running short. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the and won't be the last time. So get up again. Still holding on, still pushing through this marathon. Give all you've got. There's not much further left to crawl. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time. So get up again. Don't back down. Stand your ground. Get up again. Don't back down. Stand your ground. Get up again. Get again. Oh.
Thank you. Again, that one's called Get Up Again. That is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So if you enjoyed the song, you can certainly check it out again. All right, we are putting a wrap on this stream. Let me catch up with the chat, and then we will have our farewells. Again, congratulations to our winners for tonight's game night. Congratulations to Merc and to Silas, I believe it was, right? It was Silas who had a second win. So awesome job, you all. Hope you all enjoyed the game. Yes, congrats to Silas and Merc. I'm going to catch up with the chat and just share a few things, and then we'll be good to go. Let's see here. It was fun. Awesome. Good stuff. No end in sight. Yep. And here's our highlighted lyric. No end in sight and nothing's going right. Why even try? And that's probably the biggest struggle is whenever you're dealing with anything, it's those kind of negative thoughts of just like, man, it just seems so far. It seems hopeless. It seems so hard. But then kind of coming to that acceptance that, you know, just reminding yourself like, yes, it's going to hurt. It always hurts when you try and you don't get what you wanted, but it's worth it. You know, get up again and try again. And it hurts more not to try because you have that regret later on. And so you don't want that, you know, so go for it. You know, whatever your dream is, whatever you're working towards, whatever your goals are, try it. You know, don't let fear keep you from trying it. You can do it. Don't give up. Try again. Thanks for the fire, Mike. Much appreciated. Sounds good. Thank you, Merc. Awesome. Thank you for the applause, Mike. Great song. Great job. Thank you, Silas. I really love Quincy's. Thank you. At the end, yeah, it kind of just stuck. I've done it for a while, and then it's just I just kind of keep doing it. But thank you. Awesome. And yeah, how's the game going, Mike? Give us a little update on that. Sounds like the Mariners are doing good so far. I guess is the +1. Are they still just only 1 point, or are they up by 1? Is that what you mean by that? All right, guys, just a few things I want to share with you real quick. Again, just a little reminder that I did post the stripped-down version of A Mirror That Was Broken. That song is currently available on Spotify. And I've got a a video that I posted on my YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. If you could leave a like and a comment, I would certainly appreciate that. But guys, if you enjoy the music, if you want to support it, my biggest goal is growing my audience. So one, if you want to stay notified, whenever I release new music, whenever I release new videos, if you want to be up to date, be sure to sign up for my email list. Again, you can find that, the link I just posted at the bottom. There's a section to sign up for my email list, and that just allows me to keep you up to date, to notify you whenever I've got new stuff coming out. And I'm definitely working on some new stuff, definitely excited to bring you some new music. Looks like the game is 2-0 right now. Awesome. Again, if you enjoy this content, if you enjoy the streams and you want more of it, you want to help me so I can do more of it and eventually grow it and make it bigger and better, your support would definitely be greatly appreciated. There's a few ways you can support me through that link. There's a virtual tip jar, and anything you're willing to provide, I definitely appreciate it. There's also, you can get yourself some merch. I have a merch store, and you can get yourself a hoodie or a hat, get yourself something cool, become a part of the Quincy Kane Club, and definitely appreciate you all hanging out in the community. But any way you can show support, and honestly, the easiest thing you can do is just raising awareness, trying to grow this audience. So sharing my music, sharing my videos, inviting people to the streams, all that stuff helps. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I always enjoy spending time with you, whether we're having some fun, friendly competition, or just some competition or some good conversation. Whatever it might be, I definitely enjoy chatting with you all. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you're on the world. Until next time.